Hello and welcome to the Long Island weather update on December 18th. And yeah, this is our storm right here that we dealt with this morning and overnight. I mean, just incredible. This is a satellite image from earlier today as the low is going by us. You can see that's the center of it right there. And you can see how the moisture just stretches all the way down to the tropics, all the way down to this El Nino right here. So, if we pull this, go out a little more. I wish there would not be any gaps in the image, but it doesn't seem like there are. We can get in. Yeah, here we go. All right, so here's our storm right here, and you can see this moisture feed that's coming all the way from. Here's your El Nino right here. All right, this is your super El Nino right here, and this is what helped energize this storm. And you can see the moisture is just traveling way up into an atmospheric river. What's unusual is usually we see these atmospheric rivers on the Pacific from the El Nino, not on the East Coast. So this is what's unique about this El Nino. And again, it's a super El Nino enhanced by climate change for sure. Yeah, pretty incredible to see this incredibly wrapped up storm here. And we're going to take a look at it on the satellite as well. It's gone now. It's raced up into Canada. And we just have some clouds around, a little bit of a cyclonic flow. But let's go into the CONUS view here, and we can look at this whole storm here. You can see how it's already pulled way up into Canada, already way up there. Look at that moisture still streaming up, and we're going to run a nice long satellite loop. Let's do the longest one available we have right through this morning through today, so we can take a look at this storm here. It's very remarkable. We're going to have to wait a little bit for it to load, but it should be worth the wait. Take a look at that. I mean, that's incredible right there. And you can see how it's just racing up into Canada. It's really unbelievable. It's just going straight north. I mean, that's definitely not something that's supposed to happen. And look at that river of moisture. So I don't know why nobody's called this an atmospheric river event, but that's exactly what it is. And it's all stemming from the Pacific. And the Atlantic, the tropics, but that was the fuel, and then it kind of just enhanced everything, and just this thing really just took off, and it's caused a lot of problems across the area. And our area actually isn't even the hardest hit from it. New Jersey has gotten flooding. There's obviously power outages that are going on in our area, but it's gone down a lot compared to other areas, and we're going to talk about those other areas in a minute here. Why is there a 57-mile-an-hour wind gust at this station at Stony Brook? That's on top of the hospital, but still, that's pretty remarkable. But mostly the wind gusts have calmed down, the temperatures have dropped. But let's go take a look at what the day was like at Islip, because we got a lot to go over in this video. You'll see here we still had wind gusts in the afternoon, close to 40, but the worst of the wind was in the earlier part. And you see we had another area of rain move through with some wind gusts also in the early afternoon as well. So we had a little more rain in the early afternoon. And then the morning when we had that LLJ, you can see, look at how the temperature changed when that front passed. Went from soupy 50s down to, we were still in the low 50s to around 50, but the dew points dropped. But look at, again, some of these crazy winds that we had overnight here into the morning at Islip. Again, lots of gusts close to 50 miles an hour. It could have actually been worse, but it was just such a long duration event with the wind. It's incredible, and the air pressure is still pretty low, 29.46. Let's see how low it got at Islip. Wow, it got down to 28.87 inches. That is incredible. That is incredible. That is, I think, a minimum of, I don't know if they've got the millibar setting here. They have some of the millibars, but that's very low. That's like tropical storm type low pressure right there that we had. So that's pretty incredible. Pretty incredible indeed. What a remarkable storm it has been. So we're going to go over the storm reports, the rainfall reports, I guess, and there'll also be some wind gust reports as well, because a lot of areas got a lot of rain. It's mainly not Long Island that got hit with the hardest rain. It was New Jersey and Connecticut. You can see parts of Fairfield County, 4.75 inches, Danbury, 4.69. Combine that with all the rainfall and the high wind, the winds, and you had a lot of trees coming down and going on power lines. Middlesex County in Connecticut, a site there has 3.50 inches. New Haven County, Waterbury, Waterbury Airport, 5.10 inches. A lot of sites are going to break their all-time record December rainfall, probably for the whole month, probably with this event here. Bethany, 3.57. Let's see if we can find Meriden and Windsor Locks. No, Windsor Locks is. I don't think that's in New Haven County. But you can see some really heavy amounts there at the rainfall. New London County, 3.11 at Norwich. And then we go into Bergen County. So, again, New Jersey, northeastern New Jersey, just got pounded. We saw that on the models. We actually did a pretty good job, actually, looking at that. So, Franklin Lakes, 4.96 inches of rain. Mahwah, 4.50 inches of rain. That's like a few months worth of rain. December is not supposed to have this much rain. Palisades Park, 3.41. It goes down as you work your way south. Teterboro, 3.19. So I'll have a link to all these rainfall reports. Some high amounts in Verona and Essex County, 4.83 inches. Cedar Grove, 4.80 inches. Caldwell, 4.46 inches. And we're going to look at these on the map, too. Hudson County and Hoboken, 3.21 inches. Secaucus, 2.81. And then Passaic County, Ringwood, 5.30 inches. That is incredible to see. Wayne, 5 inches. It's really just something. It's unbelievable looking at these rainfall amounts. I don't think this has ever happened in December before. It's a rare event in general to have it happen in December. It's just unbelievable. As we head further south, Bayside and Union County, 3.87 inches. Linden, 3.45 inches. Newark Airport got 3.14 inches. Some sites are going to have a foot of rain for this month. All right? So, shattering their all-time record rainfalls. In the Bronx, you had around 3 inches. In Brooklyn, we had a reading of 3.08 inches. So, anywhere between 2 and 3 inches there. In Nassau County, Muttontown, 2.74. Valley Stream, 1.91. The numbers here on Long Island aren't quite as remarkable. Carl Place, 1.51. That's still a lot of rain, but nothing compared to what they've had to deal with in New Jersey and also the Hudson Valley. Manhattan, in Central Park, 2.47. Highest amount was at PS 334 with 3.23. Orange County, Highlands Mills, 5.45 inches. Cornwall and Hudson, 5.14 inches. Warwick, 4.33 inches. Go on and on here. Let's go into Putnam County. Mahopac, 3.94 inches. Brewster, 3.53 inches. You know this is going to cause a lot. We're going to go over those rivers because we have a lot of rivers and flood stages as well. And you saw those flood warnings still on the map. Beechhurst, 2.51 inches. Richmond County, 3.24 inches. And Staten Island, and then the College of Staten Island, 3.11. Rockland County, Spring Valley, 4.85 inches. Suffern, 4.57. So Rockland County, Bergen County, Passaic County really getting hammered. Suffolk County, not as much, again, Suffolk County. Montauk Airport had the highest rating at 2.50. Sayville, 1.98. Islip, that's not the airport, but Islip Airport got 1.80. So not as remarkable out here. West Hampton, 1.46. And then Westchester County, Tarrytown, 4.13. Mount Kisco, 3.98 inches. Ossining, 3.61 inches. Just an incredible amount of rain. And this is just the rainfall reports in here. They probably have the wind gust reports, too, as well, which I want to look at as well. So we're going to go here and look at those. And then I got to go into the text forecasts. And then I don't know why they didn't have a link to the wind reports, but we're going to have to go for that. And it might be a, let's see if we can find it here. It might be a public information statement, perhaps. All right, these are the rainfall amounts. We'll see if we can find the winds. All right, so here's the winds here. And Stamford, 66 mile-an-hour wind gust in Connecticut. They really got hit very hard over there in Connecticut. Fairfield, 60 mile-an-hour winds. In New Haven County, Meriden Airport had a wind gust of 56 miles an hour. Groton had a wind gust of 54 miles an hour. And even they should have had that high wind warning for New Jersey because Teterboro gusted to 55. Bergenfield, 54 miles an hour. Working our way down here in the city, Brooklyn College at a wind gust of 53 mile an hour. Fordham in the Bronx, 59 miles an hour. Nassau County, Bayville, 52 miles an hour. Those are the highest gusts in Nassau County. Belmore, 52 miles an hour. In Midtown Manhattan at a wind gust of 57 miles an hour. In Queens, Kew Garden Hills, 60 mile an hour wind gust. JFK Airport, 54 mile an hour wind gust. Same for LaGuardia. In Staten Island, a 59 mile an hour wind gust. And Suffolk County, Fishers Island Airport, 59 miles an hour. Orient, 59 miles an hour. The biggest wind gusts are out east, Bating Hollow, 56 miles an hour. 55 mile an hour wind gust at Farmingdale Airport. Islip Airport, 51 miles an hour. In Westchester County, which I don't think had a high wind warning, and probably should have, the Tappan Zee Light House has a 65 mile an hour wind gust. Disbrough Park, a 58 mile an hour wind gust. Then we have these maritime stations in Groton here, 59 mile an hour wind gust. Larchmont Harbor, 64 mile an hour wind gust. Northport, 60 mile an hour wind gust. So, yeah, really incredible stuff. Fire Island had a wind gust of 52. But, yeah, it was actually worse. The wind was worse. I mean, they just got pounded with the worst of it to the north and west. Almost like they had more wind than we did, which is something that weren't expected. But, again, there's always a lot of variabilities with these storms, a lot of variabilities with them. So we're going to go over here. Right now, we have temperatures in the mid-40s. And low 40s in, looks like a little bit cooler in Ocean County. It's the cooler air is working its way in from west to east. We're going to actually, you can see all these flood warnings in effect. Looks like coastal flood advisory is remaining in effect for Ocean County. Then we make our way up to Maine where where they're getting hammered still. Lots of flash flood warnings and flood warnings all over Maine, and they've had a lot of damage there. And a lot of wind gusts as well, I'm sure. Let's see if we can find an airport here. We can actually take a look and see what kind of winds they've been getting. If we can find an airport, we've got to find an airport first of all. All right, here's an airport, Bangor. So let's see. The winds are gusting not that strong, but let's see what they were earlier because they might have been worse earlier. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, they had some pretty strong wind gusts earlier. Oh, yeah, look at that. A 62 mile an hour wind gust at 6 o'clock this evening. That 66 is 66 mile an hour wind gust at 5:53. So 70 mile an hour wind gust at 5:22. So this was even worse over Maine. You can clearly see that. They've really endured some extremely strong winds. And that's why there's a lot of power outages in Maine. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But first, let's go over our highs and lows because the storm brought incredible warmth as well. So look at these highs here. Even out east, 63 degrees. Everywhere made it to the low 60s. Everywhere. 63 in Ocean County. Low 60s, even at 64 for a high at Newark early this morning. That is incredible warmth. I'm wondering if that's a record even. That's just incredible warmth. Tropical air just got surged up into our area. Our lows are our current temperatures. Let's look at the precipitation. We will go with the 36-hour here. And look at the rainfall. You see Long Island, nothing really remarkable here. I mean, we had some amounts closer to, it's all to our west in New Jersey here. Toms River got 2.72, but as you head your way away from the coast, inland here, and even inland areas of Monmouth County, 4.04 inches here of rain, making it further south. Atlantic County, inland, Egg Harbor City, 4.83 inches. I think there's a lot of flooding along the Mullica River as a result of that. And you can see these 3-4 inch amounts all throughout New Jersey here. 4.65 Mountainside, 4.72 Canoe Brook. Really incredible stuff. 5.23 Ramapo River above dam. 5.49 by Ringwood. 4.98 by Spring Valley, and even, like I said, even Westchester County, some areas got 4.17 inches like Tarrytown, and this goes into Connecticut too, 4.04 inches at Danbury, 5.17 at Oxford, Waterbury. This is incredible amount of rain. 5.52 at Waterbury, 4.80 at New Hartford. And look at this. This goes all the way up into Maine here. We have these hardly anything on the Cape, by the way. But as you head your way more inland again into Maine, here are these 3-inch amounts. 4.20 inch amounts, 4.50 in Jackson. Tremendous, probably tremendous disaster going on in Maine right now. We're going to have to look at all this as well. 4.15 in. We're going beyond Long Island here, but this is a disaster that's really encompassed the whole East Coast, and it's hit the Northeast the hardest. 4.63 in Greenville, and you can see all these flood warnings, flash flood warnings in effect. Absolutely incredible stuff to see. So let's go look at our the power outage situation on Long Island first. And it's down to 818 outages. That's not too bad at all. When we go to the power outage map, which is the one I want to show you, you can see New Jersey's down to 9,340, and it's mainly in Monmouth County, it seems. That was one of the hardest hit counties. So Atlantic City Electric has 230 out. JCP&L is 6,202 out. Orange and Rockland has 413. PSE&G 824. No surprise, JCP&L is the highest number. They always seem to get the highest number. They serve a lot of rural areas, and it's JCP&L. They're not known as to be the best electric company out there. Connecticut also 33,000 still without power in Connecticut. You can see a lot of power outages in Windham. Eversource is known not to be they're not very good either. 32,000. That's the old CS Connecticut Light and Power. 32,629. But it gets really bad as we head into Massachusetts and Maine, especially Maine. We have 420,546 customers without power in Maine right now, and I'm thinking that's probably a good part of the state is without power right now. Central Maine Power, half their customers are out. Eastern Maine Power Cooperative, almost all their customers are out, and 75% of Versant's power. Versant customers' power is out, and you probably have complete outages in a lot of these areas here. Massive damage here in these areas. You have the flooding and the wind damage here. 9,000. I mean, this is incredible to see. People think you can go to Maine and escape climate change. No, you cannot. You're dealing with it there, and it's really just incredible to see. 19,696, 59,000 in Cumberland, York, 41,000. Pembroke, 55,000. This is an incredible disaster that has happened in Maine. And let's go to Massachusetts right now here, and you'll see Plymouth was hit very hard. The Cape has 5,147 outages, but Plymouth, 53,815. Bristol, 19,091. So a lot of these, and these are the electric companies here, and a lot of them are on National Grid and Eversource as well. So really severe damage that from this storm in a lot of areas. Let's go over here. I'm going to actually go back to the Cape. I want to see what kind of wind gusts they got over there. Let's look at Provincetown because that sticks out, and I want to see what kind of wind gusts they got. Actually, we don't have to actually pull that up. It should show the maximum wind gust here. It was 46 miles an hour. That's not terrible, actually. Yeah, that's not terrible. But this area was hit harder. Their maximum wind gust was, let's see what their maximum wind gust was, 63 miles an hour there. I realized I could just pull that up, and that'll tell me the maximum wind gust here. Maximum wind gust at Isle of Shoals was 64 miles an hour. But just incredible amount of wind in Maine. Really just incredible amount of wind. And their maximum wind gust here at this site was, let's see if we can find it here. That was only 48. But again, a lot of just incredible amounts of wind and rain. A tropical storm pretty much hit the Northeast, even though it's not actually a tropical storm. It was pretty much it just felt like one. It was just, and looking at the current radar, you can see the storm is now way up, now affecting Canada. And actually, I want to go back to that weather and hazards map. Let's look at Canada and see how this storm is, because now it's affecting probably oh yeah, look at this. So 55 degrees way up here in Newfoundland with the southeast wind at 43, gusting to 62. And they've already gusted up to 78 miles an hour. So we have wind gusts above hurricane force in a lot of these areas. Nova Scotia also getting hit hard here. South wind at 45, gusting to 52. and they've had a gust as high as 54 miles an hour. Another site here, Caribou Point, south-southeast wind at 45, gusting to 55, and they've had a wind gust as high as 59 miles an hour. And then as we go into, again, this goes way up here, way up. This is going to bring a lot of warmth way up into Canada. 40, Cape Whitty here, gust to 47. And it's incredible, the kind of this storm. It's incredible how far its effects are. It's just incredible. And I'm just saying it over and over again because it's just unreal. It really is what we've seen here. We're going to go over and look at some news reports as well of from this storm, and we're going to see what's going on in Maine, we're going to actually just look at Maine right now. And powerful winds, rains across Maine right now, and you can see there's a lot of damage here in Maine. So you're going to go to the social media. Let's do the social media here. And let's see what we got here. All right, because this is a road being washed out in Maine here. A video of it. That's the kind of damage you have right there. Sunday ski resort. Yeah, they're supposed to be skiing. And instead, we're getting floods. Nearly 50% of Maine is without power from this storm. Look at these waves over here along the coast. I mean, this is... We didn't even get to talk about the waves. It's unbelievable. We'll go Maine storm here because not every post is about the storm. So let's just go here. Getting dark. There's people with no electricity. A lot of people with no electricity here. Really incredible here, and you can see a significant decline in internet connectivity has resulted from this storm as well, particularly in Maine. A lot of internet has gone out, power out. These are some of the winds, and these are pitch pines at Pine Point Beach. They're taking it. They're taking it on the chin, but they're taking it. Really is incredible. Here's a look at the river in Maine. Heavy rain will likely lead to... Look at these rivers. Incredible. Oh, that's right. I got to talk about the rivers, too. So, yeah. Off the charts windy. It's really is just unbelievable. Lots of trees, power lines down. It's just incredible here. There's a squall line, too. That squall line was reported here. That is incredible. And here's a look at this. This is a map of the storm right here as it's making its way up the East Coast. Here's another look at it. Just really incredible. So, yeah, this came down. We've got a lot of trees down. You can see here a lot of trees down here. Very windy, really dangerous storm. And just it's really just bad here. Look at all the damage. Lots of trees down all over the place. Power outages. Let's see. I know what's their Maine Electric, I think, or something like that. I forgot what the utility is out there. Well, we can go to power outage. Let's see what is the utility out over there, so we can get some images from them. It's Central Maine Power. So we'll look at Central Maine Power. I guess we'll take a look at that. This is going to be a long video. We're going to cover a lot here about this storm that hit us here. All right, Central Maine Power. Let's see. They should have some images. They haven't. Oh, here we go. This is the damage here that has been caused here. Wind speeds exceeded 60 miles an hour. Today's storm impacted our entire service area. Many crews could not utilize bucket trucks, and I'm sure that we have a lot of transmission lines down as well. Trees have been blown onto transmission lines. You can see some of the pictures here. Look at that. There's a roof that went over power lines there. This is a tropical storm in Maine, folks. We were lucky. We were lucky. They got it a lot worse than we did. Very, very bad situation right now. Very bad situation over there. And let's go to the next one here. We have Eastern Maine Power Cooperative. That's the other one, so we can look for them as well. Eastern Maine Power Cooperative. I mean, we got nothing compared to what they got. I mean, all right, doesn't seem like anything's coming up here. They don't have a Twitter, I guess. That's the problem with these co-ops. All right, so we can look at Versant Power. I mean, you get the idea of what happened over there. It's a major disaster, and it really is. And I want to look at the buoys too, as well. See how bad the wave heights got over here. Or we had a buoy. Where did it go? Come on, it was over there a minute ago. We have Ambrose. Let's take a look at this. The wave height is down to 9.8 feet, but let's see how high it did wind up getting. We don't have that. Look at the water temperature, 51. That is way, way above normal for this time of the year. Which is incredible wave heights. Incredible. Well, we can go and look at some of the buoys over here off Maine here. We got a wave height of almost 30 feet, 29.2 feet there. That's just incredible. Incredible conditions going on right now. Incredible. Really is. So, yeah, now we go and we look at the rivers and lakes chart here, which we'll go and look at. Rivers and lakes. I gotta find it. Where is it? Oh, man. Here we are. All right. We have a lot of red dots on this map, which means a lot of rivers are at flood stage. Barnegat Bay we have. That's at flood stage. We have another Mantalooking. That was at flood stage. Barnegat Bay at Mantalooking. The Toms River itself is not a problem, but as we make our way further north, Manasquan River reached a minor flood stage. Allenwood still rising. Manasquan River at Allenwood. But all those red dots you see, that's where it gets even worse. This is the north branch here. Let's look at these purple dots here. These purple dots are really bad. Actually, I should be zooming this out so you can see this a little better here. You may not have been able to see that, but this, again, is the Manasquan River. But, again, it's mostly inland here. You see these orange dots here where it's worse. But then as you go, make your way up, you've got purple dots. Look at the Millstone River there. That is a major flood. When it's purple like that, that means a major flood there. Raritan River also, major flood. I know this could be affecting Manville as well. Major flood as well on the Raritan River here. We've got Millstone River still rising at a moderate flood stage. All these rivers, Passaic River, all still rising. Passaic River, that's still rising as well. Saddle River, Ramapo River here at the inland Pompton Lakes, Ramapo River here. Incredible to see all this. In Connecticut too, Housatonic River, Yantic River. Just incredible to see all this stuff going on. It really is. And this doesn't even cover Maine. All right, this doesn't even cover Maine, but you can imagine similar conditions are going on over there as well. Really incredible. Let me go to the Philadelphia office because I think we'll be able to take a look at a few more rivers here on their map. So the rivers in the Pine Barrens. Let's take a look at this one here. I'll pull this out again so you can see here. Tuckahoe River. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's look at the Mullica Great Egg Harbor River. Surprised that these aren't too bad. West Branch. This is incredible. It's just incredible storm to see. Really is. Really a major disaster. This is the kind of stuff that I keep warning people about that we're going to have more and more of as we deal with the consequences of this rapidly out of control climate crisis that we're in, that nobody seems to realize just how serious this is and how much worse it's going to get. This is just a taste of things to come. Anyway, looking at the models, we'll shift over to the models now. And our low pulls away, and we'll have fair weather. A little troughiness tomorrow might result in some clouds, but then the high builds in. We should have sunshine Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And that's as far as I'm going to go here in this update. That you'll see, though, high pressure stays in control, and the weekend should be dry. As far as temperatures go, we'll just go briefly over this. Again, we'll have a little bit near normal temperatures tomorrow, but then we start going back above normal on Wednesday. Here we are Thursday, a little bit above normal. Friday, we get a little bit cooler, a little bit below normal, but then we're way above normal again. So, yeah, that's what we're dealing with right now. Oh, and I almost forgot. Let's go look at the climate statistics for the day at our websites as well. So much to talk about tonight. Islip, 61 degrees. Islip did break the record today. Record high. The old record of 59 was smashed. So record high set at Islip, 17 degrees above normal. The low 50 was 21 degrees above normal, giving us an average of 56 degrees. That is 20 degrees above normal. Rainfall also a record, 1.65 as well. We've already seen 5.47 at Islip for the month, which is low when you compare it to other sites. Let's go look at Central Park, 62. That was not a record. They came within a degree. They almost broke it. 63 was the record high, but still, Central Park, 18 degrees above normal for the day. Rainfall, 2.21 inches. That's a record for the day. And month to date, 5.10 inches of rain. That is double what we're supposed to see in a season. Let's go look at Newark. A record there too, 64 degrees. What was tied the record high, 64 degrees. 21 degrees above normal for the day. Record rainfall of 2.75 inches with 5.63 inches of rain reported there as well. We can look at LaGuardia as well. Record there, 63 record high. We had 18 degrees above normal for the day. Record rainfall, 2.13 inches. That's incredible. That's an incredible amount of rain. Let's go look at Bridgeport, Connecticut here. Also 61 degree high for our record as well. 20 degrees above normal. 1.87 inches record rainfall. And 6.74 inches of rain. And again, I'd like to see some of those sites that are a little more inland for their numbers. Actually, I am going to go and change this to the Connecticut Weather Service because I would love to get the readings for Hartford here. All right. Let's see if we can find that information here for you. If I can't, I can't, but I will look. And I really would like to find the weather report. All right, weather report. Let's see. Here we go. Let's go. I don't know why Hartford isn't in our thing. All right, so daily climate report, Hartford, Radley International. 64 record high there as well. Yeah, it got warm in Maine, too, by the way. They had a record rainfall of 2.17 inches, 6.15 inches of rain for the month. That's an incredible amount of rain. Really is incredible. We're going to look at Worcester, also 61 for record high. They've got 6.62 inches of rain, 2.83 inches of rain, a record. Again, all records just being smashed everywhere from this storm. An absolutely incredible storm it was. And I've never seen anything like this ever, yet alone in December. That's what really makes it crazy. I just want to put the highs on the map. We're going to go back to this, just show you all the warmth that's made it all the way up. You can see 50s all the way up into Maine. It's just incredible. 65 for a high at Lebanon. You know what? I'm curious about Mount Washington. Let's look at Mount Washington here. Let's see how warm it got up there. Also, let's go to Mount Washington there. Because it might have gotten pretty warm up there too. So we're going to go ahead and look at that as well. Let's see what they got up there. It looks like they peaked up at 41, which is pretty warm for them. Wind gusts. Let's see. Oh yeah, they exceeded 100 miles an hour. Oh yeah, 109. That's incredible right there. That's incredible. So it gives you kind of the idea of what's going on, and we'll talk more about the rainfall. I think I would like to get some more sites though, if that's possible. Let's go to the Philadelphia climate. I want to look and see if we can get just a few more here, like Sussex Airport and stuff. They don't have the climate link here. They don't even have it here. All right. Well, you know what? All right, we're going to move on to the forecast here, all right? So, anyway, let's go and look at the HRRR. So there's the HRRR here. As we cover the next couple of days. They might be an isolated flurry in the afternoon tomorrow. Other than that, we're dry. Looking at your dew points and wind flow here, you'll see here that we have the cooler, drier air coming in, especially more toward the afternoon tomorrow. It'll still be breezy. You'll see that drier air come in, northwest winds on Wednesday as well. All right. Going to our temperatures. Tonight, we'll probably drop into the mid-30s, and then tomorrow, it's going to be a lot cooler than today, and highs will only be around 40 degrees. It'll feel a little more like December at least, and then lows will be below freezing, probably in the mid to upper 20s. And then for Wednesday, we rebound a little bit. We go back up into the low 40s, I think, for a little bit. The other issue, obviously, is cloud cover, which I'm just going to briefly touch on because there's so much other stuff going on at this point. But we may have some clouds around. If we look at the sounding, you'll see here, if we can pull that up, you can see that these lines are pretty close together. We have low-level moisture, so expect a decent amount of stratocumulus tomorrow, I think. Let's go over to the GFS now, and we'll look at our temperatures for the rest of the week. So here we are. Thursday, we moderate even more. We get into the mid-40s, I think, because our winds will become a little more. No, our winds are still northerly. We have this low that's kind of offshore. It's kind of got us in a little blocking pattern. Then Friday, we have like another little cold front that comes through here. Shifts the winds off to the east. And that's going to bring the temperatures down a little bit on Friday, back to the upper 30s and low 40s, I think. And then for Saturday, we kind of start moderating again for the weekend, as you see. Skies, all right, I'll briefly go over that. So this is our cloud cover model. You'll see a decent amount of clouds around for tomorrow. This is the GFS. Wednesday looks better. Thursday, I think we'll be able to make another clear day on Thursday. You can see we're kind of got this low that's offshore, and then this other system that's kind of approaching from the west. Friday, I think we'll have to deal with some cirrus. But that backdoor front may push it away. We don't know. It's too far in advance. One more cloud model, RGEM. So here's the RGEM cloud model, and you'll see RGEM. It doesn't really generate as much clouds over Long Island. It has Long Island actually fairly clear and has more of a cloud field over New Jersey. But Wednesday we should have mostly sunny skies. And then it looks like we're missing a frame here. But Thursday looks also to be mostly clear at this point. And this will only go as far as Friday morning at this point. Like I said, I'm not too concentrated on the skies right now. The storm is quite incredible storm. I'll just talk about it a little more. We'll just look at some of the news here that we have. Takes its toll on communities. So the News 12 did a story here about it. So Downtree and Bayshore, though we avoided the catastrophic coastal flooding, and that is because the worst of the wind hit when we were at low tide and not high tide, so we were very fortunate for that. Maine got hit a lot worse, and it's going to take a lot of time. This is going to be just unbelievable what's going on this planet. Unbelievable. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. I want to thank you for watching, and have a good night as we recover from this crazy El Nino storm. But this is all part of what we're going to be dealing with now. We've got a warmer world. We got warmer oceans. And go to the Earth and Old School. We're going to look at the sea surface temperature anomaly again, so you can get one little be the last thing I'll look at here. And you can see we have some below right next to, but look at how above this stream of water here is very much above normal water here. And then you look at the tropics, and we have a lot of warm water in the tropics. And here's your El Nino right here. Look at that thing. That's a super El Nino right there. All the Pacific's way above normal. So that's what's driving this whole pattern that we've been in, this warm, wet pattern with no real cold air in sight, no sign of winter at all. And this is your super El Nino right here, and these are going to becoming more common as we deal with the consequences of climate change. And I saw an asshole driving a big Ram today, and he's just sitting in the middle of the road. I mean, the Ram was huge. He's sitting there by himself, nothing in the bed. It's those kind of people that are really driving this out of control climate crisis. And I'm just going to say one last word. They want to talk about congestion pricing. They want to talk about electric vehicles. I think it's these big trucks and SUVs that are really causing this climate crisis to accelerate. Because I noticed, when they started becoming popular in the especially in the early 2000s, that's when things really started ramping up, and the climate crisis got worse, and it keeps getting worse. We keep getting more of these trucks on the road, and no politician wants to do anything about getting them off the road. It's unbelievable. It really is. But they care more about my freedom than about this planet, sadly. And you know what? It's not going to matter in the end, because we're going to all be extinct because of it. And so a lot of other innocent creatures. We're not the innocent ones. I feel bad for all the other creatures that are going to die on this planet because of what we've done. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here before I say any more. Have a good night.